Now, I feel like I'm in a unique situation here, and I want to pose the question because I played Octopath Traveler 2 before I played Octopath Traveler 1, and I'm here now because Octopath Traveler 1 is on PlayStation, and I'm finally getting to experience the birth of the HD 2D genre and diving in. So I'm just wondering if anyone is in the same position. Have you played Octopath Traveler 2 first and you're going to Octopath Traveler 1, or are you just ignoring it? Let me know in the comment section below. But in today's video, we're going to be looking at Octopath Traveler because it's finally out on the PlayStation. Heck, the Octopath Traveler series is now available to play on all platforms, so it is indeed a glorious day. So with that all being said, what is up guys, Jen here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. As always, got you covered with timestamps in the description down below, so if you want to skip to a certain section, feel free to do so. All I ask is for you to support the channel and smash that thumbs up button. So yes, Octopath Traveler is finally out on PlayStation, Octopath Traveler 2 is finally out on Xbox, so the circle is now complete and they are available to play everywhere. It is fantastic, and I'm glad that this is able to be out there everywhere for everyone to experience. Now, before I dive in any further, I want to shout out Square Enix for providing me with a code for Octopath Traveler so I can gather my thoughts, my opinions, and the footage you are seeing in today's video. But that does not influence anything that I'm going to say in this video. So, Octopath Traveler 1, what is the story with me? Why have I played Octopath Traveler 2 first and all of that? I'll try and nutshell it as quick as I can because I really want to dive into my feelings with the game so far. So I played Octopath Traveler 1 when it came out on the Switch. I own it on the Switch, but I don't know if the timing was off or it just wasn't for me then. I just couldn't get into it. I really couldn't. I couldn't get into the whole kind of chapter-based system of each character. It wasn't till I played the remake of Live Alive that I got it. I got it. I completely got it. I love Live Alive. Played it on the Switch. I went and platinumed it on PlayStation, and then Octopath Traveler 2 came out, and I absolutely fell in love with that game. The story, the combat, all the quality of life that got as well. Insane. And now I'm here to experience where it all began. So how is it so far? It is a real good time. Now that I'm actually giving it a chance, it is thoroughly enjoyable to get into. The story, Octopath Traveler, 8 stories. It's where the Octo comes from. You get to live these characters, you get to have these intimate scenes with each characters. I'm kind of going like around in a clockwise order this time around. I think every time that I've tried Octopath, I've gone straight for Ulbrich, the kind of sword user, because I like people that use swords, I guess. But I'm kind of just going around in clockwise, and I've gone for Ophelia first, and then I've gone to Cyrus. I then just picked up Tressa, the merchant, and then I've just got Ulbrich, and I'm absolutely smashing through those stories, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep everyone in the chapter, everyone's chapter 2 and everyone's chapter 3. It's really cool. These stories don't intertwine. I think they have a common little thing towards the end if I'm going off Octopath Traveler 2, but they're kind of self-contained stories, and they're really in-depth stories. It's dealing with a lot of emotion, and they're really just good to get invested in my opinion. When it comes to the characters, this game is entirely voice acted, and the voice acting here in Octopath Traveler 1 does not disappoint, and it adds to the stories that we are going through as we progress through this game. So with story and characters out the way, let's talk about the gameplay. This is a turn-based RPG, but before I go into that battle system, let's talk about exploration. Now, I've mentioned Octopath Traveler 2 does indeed address a lot of the concerns that were with Octopath Traveler 1, so I won't dive into things that I don't really like, because to be fair, I'm quite enjoying it. I am missing the quality of life stuff, but the meat of the game itself is not disappointing. So exploration, we get to travel around this world. I would love it if Octopath Traveler 3 maybe has a world map, but there's no world map, but there is kind of traversal, and you kind of go through all of these areas throughout the world. And I would say that exploration in a nutshell is pretty basic and very friendly to newcomers. It is very simple. There's not many secrets out there. When it comes to chests, you might have to work out where a secret entrance is, but apart from that, exploration from A to B is very simple. It's where the character's abilities that make that exploration very interesting, especially when it comes to side quests. I think the one thing that turned me off about Octopath when I played it way back when it first first came out on the Switch was that the side quests were so vague and I didn't get the gameplay systems. Essentially, these side quests are just puzzles. They are puzzles on where you can utilize the character's abilities. So for example, we have Ophelia that I started off with. She can get people to join her on her journey and they can assist you in battle, but also they have the ability to travel around with you. So when you hit those side quests that need a certain character to meet another certain character, that's the ability that you want to use and you'll click on to doing that. I then got Cyrus, and Cyrus is investigating. He scrutinizes the NPCs to a degree, and if you fail, you damage reputation and then you have to pay a fee. But scrutinizing gives you information on characters. Sometimes they reveal hidden items in the world, and sometimes they reveal something that you might know or need to know for a side quest. I then picked up Tressa, and she is the merchant, so you can purchase items at maybe a discounted price than you would at the shops, or very expensive, but it's also a way to get key items for side quests. And then Ulbrich I've just picked up, and we get to challenge characters. You'll notice that there are various NPCs across the world blocking entrances, and that is the way you want to do, but you want to make sure you're efficiently leveled. Obviously I won't dive into the other characters because I've not quite got there yet, but I know what they bring to the table because I've played Octopath Traveler 2. But that's the way you want to tackle side quests. See what these NPCs want and think, well, how can I make this work with the abilities that I've got? And you'll have a really good time. And I found it very satisfying solving these side quests when I'm like, hey, he just wanted some ingredients to cook with. I just asked this guy if I can buy something from him and he has the ingredient. And it's just like, yes, aha, I've got it. So side quests, I'm having a thoroughly good time with it. There's many out there, and you'll probably notice that you won't be able to complete them straight away. And that's okay. That's okay. Leave it till you've cleared all the chapters, ready to kind of go in for that final battle and clear them all up. You shouldn't have any problems. And of course, there are just basic side quests that you can do without any of these abilities as well. From exploration, let's talk about the combat system, and Octopath Traveler has a pretty damn unique system. Now, the way it works is you essentially need to find the vulnerability of the enemy. So if it's weak against sword attacks, it's going to have these kind of break bars that you slowly chip away, and then they lose a turn, and that's when you can go ham on them. Very basic, again, like another puzzle to solve. And I've just picked up Cyrus, and Cyrus reveals the vulnerability, so it's made battles a lot easier for me in the long run, knowing what they're weak against. And it's a very risk-reward kind of battle system, so if you are feeling very confident that you want to use 3 turns, if you've built up 3 turns to kind of break down the shield of an enemy, do it, and then the next turn you can try and go ham, or you can just kind of save and bide your time and wait till you've broken them slowly and then go ham. It's very unique in boss battles because the boss enemies usually charge up for attack, so it's like telling you quickly you need to break this guy so you can get in the attacks that you need to. But it's very satisfying. It's nice to have a turn-based system with a bit of uniqueness. It's nice, fast and snappy. It can be a challenge as you're kind of tackling certain bosses, but as soon as you feel out the battlefield and you know what you're doing, you're in for a fantastic time. So that's pretty much everything about gameplay. I guess this is a video of me like, yes, it's finally on PlayStation 5, but kind of shouting out that this series is out everywhere now, and I encourage you, if you have the time, to try it. Now, I can't forget talking about the music. Octopath Traveler has a fantastic soundtrack. You can hear the music in the background as I've been talking in this video, and it's just a good time all around. Fantastic tunes. Battle theme really gets you pumped. Boss battle theme really gets you into it, and I don't have any complaints. I am interested to see if you have any complaints about Octopath Traveler 1. I know that they improved a lot of things when it comes to Octopath Traveler 2, but we're going back to basics here, and I think this is a pretty damn good RPG to play if you have the time to invest in it. So there we go, a quick thoughts video, and just excited that Octopath Traveler is now available everywhere. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I appreciate your time. Please consider subscribing if you want to see more Square Enix RPG Final Fantasy content. This is the place to be. Hit the notification bell so you are notified of that content, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.